everybody, and welcome to the first of our Scost videos from our new location. So we've been away for a bit due to the fact that a certain internet provider, which has the name that starts with a B and a T, couldn't get my broadband sorted. We are finally back, and we're going to be starting off with our first video, which is going to be this. It's our latest set of pin badges from our really good friends at Fansets. They're amazing. These guys are just awesome. Can I also point out that their postage is faster than getting anything from Eagle Moss in the UK, and these guys are in the US. So there you go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to run through the badges, go through the detail, talk about it a little bit, and then we should go from there. Okay, let's kick off with some figures. So let's go for good old Captain Kirk himself. So these are, of course, all bagged as usual, and I'm just going to make it look really impossible to get into these bags. Here we go, we're into the first one. So first one we've been sent is Captain James T. Kirk. Great little detail haircut there. The Delta shield with the command star, and you've even got the ranks. You've got the two stripes and the dashed line as well for the captain's rank. Loving the bell bottom little trousers he's got on there as well. Really nice detail. Very accurate black collar on the uniform. It'd be really nice to see and I'm going to say this now, a Kirk either in his green wraparound, season 2, or an Admiral Kirk from Star Trek 2, complete in the red, the maroon, monster maroon, with the sort of white trim and the gold on the braid. So I'd really like to see one of them, but I've got to say, as Captain Kirk, it is a really nice little figure. Loving the little cheeky little smile that we've got there as well, and all in all, a great little badge. Just nice and clean finish, really nice and accurate. Keeps with the style of the figures and the style of the range. So really nice one that. To couple with that one, we have this one, which is Spock. So you may remember from one of our earlier videos, we actually have already got the mirror Spock, which was sent to us a while back, our first sort of batch, and now we have proper Spock, if you will, Prime Universe Spock, complete with a raised eyebrow, which is a neat little piece, and I've only just realised that we have got a Spock raised eyebrow on there. Commander's braid, so just the two stripes on there, and the science emblem on his uniform. So let's get that in a bit closer. You can just make that out. So that's really good. The accuracy again on these is fantastic, and you do get that kind of sense of Leonard Nimoy's visage through the figure, especially if you put these two together. Your nice Kirk and Spock combo, who can sort of stand on each other. The size of them, it's nice that they've got different stances as well. So you've got sort of Kirk with that kind of more bold, sort of wide-line stance, and Spock with a more sort of logical and restrained, more upright pose. But I'm loving the fact with the Spock you get the little raised eyebrow in there as well. So really nice figure again. Science blue, black collar, very accurate, bang on. Maybe you could have put a phaser in there or a tricorder as a little bit of an accessory, but you know what, as an overall, as a figure, great. I just love the fact that you've got all the kind of raised detail that they've put in there, and the finish is just wonderful. As with all of them, you do get the pin on the back. They're all pinned onto the cards when you receive them, with the 50th anniversary logo, Fansets logo on there as well. But it's just a wonderful, nice pin. Good bit of weight in that pin as well, as there is in all of them, to be honest. But yeah, nice one, good one, that one. Moving on, where shall we go? Shall we go to this one? So it's nice that I had this one this week. Big thanks to Fansets for this one, because I actually watched Space Seed only a couple of days ago as I'm running through my sort of 50th anniversary trawl through. For some reason I started with Next Gen, then with DS9, Voyager and Enterprise, and now I'm back with the original series. Watch Space Seed, and of course that means I'm going to have to watch Star Trek 2 very soon. But this is, I think, an absolutely stunning figure that they've produced. The look on this guy's face is just brilliant. The malevolence you kind of get through the expression they've given him is beautiful. Loving the fact that they've even replicated the little Starfleet emblem, which of course was technically inaccurate because they didn't have him around that period when he was marooned, but it's got that, even the break in the circle as well, which is keeping with the outfit that he had, and just the style they've kept there. So they've even got the sort of style of the costume, down to the banding, the kind of that ribbed neck effect that they had on the costume, and that really huge, ridiculous belt buckle that he had on the movie. Loving the fact they've managed to keep him with one glove on as well. So if you see him in the film, he does actually keep one glove on while he's dealing with the settee eels at the beginning. So wonderful that they've kept that that piece in there and just kept all this kind of really quality detail on the costume. I'm just really impressed with the level of detail. This is probably one of my favourites of the entire set, I think, just because of the level of detail that they've put on here. Just little things. Could have put a bit of a Montalban peck, I suppose, just in that opening there, but I think that maybe detracted from the overall effect of what is otherwise an absolutely superb piece. Got to be one of my top 5. I put this alongside the Gorn definitely as one of the best ones, and certainly detail-wise, it is rivaling things like the Borg one as well, which is again a cracking piece that they've brought out. So yeah, really nice one. I know they've got tons more to come as well, and some of those, all of those, are just as good quality as the Kirk, the Spock, and definitely the Khan, which is, I've got to say, top level. And I don't think they could have got it any more accurate than that. Moving on to our only one from our next gen characters this time, which is cute. In his judge robes, as he was seen in Encounter at Farpoint, and of course the finale of the show, All Good Things. So this one, it's nice because it's 30th anniversary of TNG next year. So as part of your celebrations, you can always get yourself one of these lovely Q pins. I'm loving the little bit of a split in the chin there, very signature of Delancier with that kind of split chin, and the again those kind of arched eyebrows, making it look very, very stern. Detail on the robes, fantastic. You've got the chain that he had in both of those, the finale and the pilot episode as well. Lovely detail on there, just giving him that overall kind of Judge Q effect. I'm sure we will see more Qs in the future. Maybe a Sheriff of Nottingham Q, maybe a Q in a Starfleet uniform as well, just so we kind of get a good range. Because I think this is one of those characters where you could just keep doing multiple different versions, and people will want to collect 4 or 5 different Qs. Loving you got the braiding on there, and this kind of belt effect that you've got down the side as well, and those floor level robes with little feet just popping out the bottom. But overall, a wonderful stand. I hope they've sent one of these to John Delancier, because I'm sure that he would be really impressed to see himself displayed in such good quality with one of the Fansets badges. But yeah, cracking one, again, really good. Perhaps not as good as the Khan one, I think, on detail, but I don't think you could have done much more with this one. Again, looks really beautiful, really good result. One that we haven't covered, and it's because it's not a character, is actually the Nomad probe. So this is one from the original series, from the episode The Changeling, which was the second season episode. So Nomad was a combination of an Earth probe and an alien probe that had collided together to create this single being, which of course Kirk managed to defeat with his usual Kirk versus a computer style. Really unusual one, curveball one, didn't really see this one coming. Really different design. I never thought they'd do a Nomad. It's one of those things that, you know what, people just don't do. This one looks just really, really nice. I love the styling on it. Very simple kind of 60s retro feel to it, that they've gone with kind of just simple colours, primary colours on there, and the sort of very angular design of this one. Not a great deal I can say about this one. I think it's really nice, really accurate. It's one of those where you kind of go, I think if people were wearing it, you know, if you were a true fan, if you would recognise the fact that this is Nomad, rather than just a random probe or a random badge, because you could always think it's some sort of ray gun or a space station, but as we know, this is definitely Nomad. And just I think credit to Fansets for being brave enough to actually do one that isn't a person and isn't a ship, and is something that perhaps is kind of forgotten in the mist of time. But cracking idea. I'm going to certainly have this one on at some point to see if anybody realises what it is. But again, for hats off to you guys, cracking idea to do Nomad. Next, just before we head into the ships and the other kind of bits we've got here, as you'll see, is this one, which is the 50th anniversary pin. Very nice, very different. So the Fansets have got their own little pen that you'll have seen from our first video. But this is the first one they've done really as just a logo pin. Lovely little badge, very, very simple in design. Just gives you that sort of 1966 to 2016 design with the 50th anniversary logo on it. I really like it, really simple one that I think a lot of people want to have. Nice commemorative piece, and really it does exactly what it says on the tin. Star Trek 50, Star Trek 50. Lovely piece, really nice, very simple. Not that heavy either. a little bit lighter than the figure one, certainly not as light as the Nomad one, which has no weight in it whatsoever. But I just think, as a piece, just a nice little additional pin that people should get. Definitely should get this one because of the anniversary, and of course you don't know how long this one's going to be available for, but I'd certainly recommend getting hold of this one. Okay, let's move on to the ships, and we'll do these in, so we've got 3 ships we're going to cover today. First one is another absolute curveball, and this kind of sits in curveball land with the Nomad one. This is the USS Bonaventure from the animated series episode, The Time Trap. So Scotty described this as the first ship with warp drive, which of course is completely inaccurate because that's the Phoenix. Interesting that the registration is 10281 NCC, and it's the SS Bonaventure, and it's Bonaventure class. So again, it's kept with that sort of circular starship, Federation starship style that they've decided to go with. We've got the ship emblem as well, which is this kind of inverted star shape, which kind of almost goes against the kind of command emblem we've got within it. But you can certainly see the starship design in there. You can see the Constellation class shape. That's a secondary hull with the deflector at the front. It's got a much more stubby saucer, and a lot higher saucer than you would get on the Constellation class. And with these huge kind of bulbous nacelles as well, you can see sort of 50% of our Constitution class, and then it kind of turns into this kind of huge expansion at the back, I guess because it was the first one with warp drive, so it's kind of a bit bulkier, not as streamlined. Really cool that they've done something that I don't think even the Starships collection is going to touch, because it is an animated series and not remastered. We're not going to really see the Bonaventure anywhere else. So this is a great opportunity to get something that is really different and really unusual, because it's the Bonaventure. And you know what? It's one of those ones that is lost in the mists of time, probably along with Nomad. I think if you put this on, it's one of those things that people will go, yeah, you're a proper fan, and people who are really big fans of the show will absolutely recognise the Bonaventure. But I love the detail you've got on there, the windows, you've got the Starfleet pennant on the engine and on the side of the saucer. Distinction between the sort of sense dome and the bridge dome as well. But it's lovely to see that kind of level of detail in it. So let me just bring that in a bit closer. Look at the detail on that. I like the fact you've got this kind of nebulous galaxy effect behind it as well, which kind of breaks up the background and helps to make it kind of that unique piece. But yeah, a really nice finish on this one. Accuracy cracking. I mean, they've really gone to town on making sure it's as accurate as you could have got from the stills from the animated series. And another one that, you know what, people will want to get because it is just really different. So yeah, hats off to you guys at Fansets. Really nice one. Keeping with our Khan theme, let's go into the USS Reliant. So we've had Khan from Star Trek 2. Now let's have the starship that was the first new starship design since the Enterprise back in the day. So this is from, of course, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. It is the USS Reliant. I think you're supposed to have it kind of that angle, given that the badge at the bottom, you've got the movie pin badge, which is pretty accurately represented here. Just point out the dot is missing. If any of you remember, there is a little dot that goes inside that kind of shape. But apart from that, pretty bob on. I know it's probably down to size that they missed that off. But otherwise, a cracking replica of the movie badge with the gold circle, the delta, the star in the middle, and the sort of 3-bar effect with the prong and the bar at the back. So nice bit of replication on that. Again, keeping with the Federation Starship design, we have an oval badge bearing the USS Reliant NCC 1864 Miranda class, and we have the kind of planet behind it as well, which I'm guessing could be Ceti Alpha 5, could be Ceti Alpha 6, depending on your definition of where they would be. Really nice. They've got the detail of the warp engine, the venting on the side, a sort of collecting and vent effect at the front. You've got your portholes around there, you've got the registration on the ship and that saucer effect. Nice, they've gone for that bit of differentiation in the colour. So you've got the dark greys and the blacks and the shadows, and then the darker greys before you come into this sort of light grey that you kind of recognise on most of the ships. So they've got a differentiation. It just helps break up the surface of that ship and give you that better image and better finish. You can really make out all the detail from the phaser points to that sort of sensor photon torpedo pod that we've got at the back, through to the bridge detail, and even down to that ship registry which got around the front. You can even make out that warp field, that warp reactor at the back here. and really make out all the kind of deck lines, even down to that sensor on top of the bridge, and the phaser little ports here as well. So the accuracy is just phenomenal and really nice, especially when you kind of get it in the light. And it just, you can see all the detail and all the lines that have gone into that to make it as precise as possible. Lovely piece, really nice. Good bit of weight behind these Starship ones. So these are ones that I can tend to put on my bags, bag straps, rather than putting them on clothing, because you know what, you just end up being weighed down. But these are great for kind of putting on bags and that kind of stuff. So I wore a couple of these to the DST a couple of weekends ago. But I really like them just for their accuracy and the detail. But that is just a beautiful ship, and I love the fact you've even got the detail. They've managed to get the name just in there, just in front of the bridge module. So yeah, cracking one, really nice, really good accuracy. Last ship before we head into 3 other ones is this one. It is this one I've been really waiting to get hold of. So this is the Captain's Yacht. So recently Eagle Moss did a Captain's Yacht model, the one from the Enterprise E. So here we have the Cousteau, which is a Sovereign class Captain's Yacht. With all the shuttles, as was told by Lou, all the shuttlecraft they've done are all in this triangular shape. So if you remember back to the Galileo, which we also had, this again was in this sort of triangular shape. But look again at the accuracy and the detail we've got here. We've got everything from the sort of blue of the warp engines, the Bussard collectors, all the detail down those pylons into the main ship. And this is as much detail, I'll be absolutely honest with you, as much detail as there is in the model that was released recently. So you've got all the sort of hull paneling, all the hull lines, down to that sort of warp, again, that warp generator that you've got, that effect we just talked about on the Reliant. You've got the 3 main cockpit windows, you've got the sensor pod. Okay, it's in blue, admittedly, but you get the idea that's your forward deflector just sitting in there. And look at all these panel lines you've got in there. Just the detail on that. You've even got that Starfleet pennant, which you can just see, just there, and the 2 lines coming off it. So the accuracy on this is actually really good. You've got that paneling at the back for the hatch work. You've got this little detail around the top of the hull, and you can see even on the far nacelle, even on that starboard nacelle, you've still got the warp field, the blue there and the red of the Bussard collectors just sort of sitting in there. It's just a really nice piece, and it's nice. You've got on there Cousteau, USS Enterprise NCC 1701E. You've got the movie / First Contact DS9 com badge in there as well. So the accuracy is just beautiful, and every angle. I love just kind of shining these guys in the light, because you just get to see all the lines and the detail that's been put in to make this as accurate as possible in regards to the shuttlecraft. So yeah, I can't fault this. A beautiful piece. Moving on to 3 special ones we were also given. So these are the convention ones from the US. So we'll start with Mission New York. So this is a really heavy piece indeed. As you can see, you've got a New York skyline through the Guardian of Forever. You've got McCoy, you've got Spock, Kirk, and I'm believing this will be Scotty, looking through the Guardian of Forever towards New York to mark the Mission New York 2016 convention, which I know was a massive event, and these guys did really well. I know Fansets had a really good time there. It is a really heavy piece. Again, something I would probably put in a bag rather than putting on a piece of clothing. But I've got to say, love the design, love this kind of golden effect that they've got, this sparkly effect on the Guardian of Forever portal. Bit of rubble and ruin at the side there as well. And then you've got the 3 characters gazing into the past through the portal there. So it's a beautiful piece, accurate. Again, you've got your bell-bottom trousers, you've got your 3 kind of colours, you've got Spock with his tricorder, and it even gone down to the ranking bars. So you can see Kirk's got his correct ranking bars, Scotty's got his Lieutenant Commander ranking bars, and Spock has his 2 stripes for Commander. So you're talking about accuracy in these. You can really tell who these characters are, even just down to that microscopic level. There you go, that microscopic level on the braiding on the shirts. Now that is an absolute attention to detail, and you can't fault that at all. Like it, they've got the Empire State, you've got the Statue of Liberty in there, really pushing home the detail and the kind of the work that goes into these badges and these pins. So yeah, a fantastic one. Thank you so much to the guys for sending me through this, because I was really excited to see that and to have a look at that one. San Diego was also a massive convention this year, and the guys have sent us through a couple of badges from this one. You're looking at the Enterprise, so a really nice replica there. You've got your pennants on there. You've got your Buzzard collectors, the detail on the palm. But of course, it's Star Trek 50th San Diego 2016 in that Delta Shield finish. Really nice effect on the saucer. I know there's no kind of registration on there, but you've still got the saucer detail, the lighting on there, the distinct bridge shape, and that really cool detail, which even goes down to the piping on the back of the warp nacelles that you can see in there. So around this end, you've got a really nice bit of detail against the engines. Even the deflector dish has been sneaked. Sneaked, I think that's probably a word. Sneaked into that effect, and you get a really good, cracking little finish on that. But I think that's a really nice little badge. Not one that I'd kind of go raving about, but you know what? As a collector's piece, really nice because it's unique to that event, and everybody's got it. Of course, it's a nice memento from the occasion. So yeah, really nice one again. In fact, they're all really nice. I can't fault these guys at all, and one that I'm really happy to have. Finally, this one is a memorial one again from San Diego 2016. This is where I can't get my hands into the wrapper to finish this one off. So we'll finish off with this one. It is the Bones, Scotty and Spock memorial pin from San Diego 2016. Gone but not forgotten. Again, a really heavy piece, but commemorating the three actors, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Leonard Nimoy, who of course three actors who've left us sadly over the last sort of 20 years, and commemorating their characters as well. So we have the uniforms, the blue, again, their accuracy a little bit on this time. I'd say the accuracy on the braiding is a little bit off, but you know what, it's just a really nice pin. They've kind of got their facial expressions really accurate considering the size that they've had to do these three guys at, because if you think about it, the spot that we've also got in the collection is a lot bigger, but here you've got a really nice memorial as the three of them are beaming up or beaming down on the transporter pad. Very nice piece. Again, one that I'd certainly say is worthy of putting on your bag. I wouldn't carry it around on your person because it's going to weigh a ton, or use it as a belt buckle, which could be a good way of doing any of the two larger ones we've had this time. Superb quality as always, as I've been with the three convention ones. Really excited to get a hold of this one. Really impressed with the finish, the durability, and again comes with that pin as we said on the back. So a cracking piece from the guys at Fansets. Let's just bring it in a little bit for a final look. There you go. Now you've got Spot with his tricorder, of course, braided across. So yeah, really nice piece, and again top quality from the guys at Fansets. So that's it. That is our Fansets breakdown for this time. I'm just going to bring these all back in as we're talking. So hopefully we'll see more from these guys. I know they've got tons more coming over the next sort of few weeks and months. We've got ones from Enterprise, we've got DS9, we've got Voyage, we've got original series. I suspect there'll be some animated series. I'd love to see some more from the films, guys, if you get a chance to do some of those. Certainly a Crew wouldn't go amiss. Probably even a Gracie and a George. And I know we've got the Bird of Prey from Star Trek 4 coming. So there we have it. An absolutely cracking range of badges from Fansets. Please, as usual, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this review. Please share it and let others know, because you guys, you need to get yourselves on Fansets and get some of these badges right away. Pleasure, and we shall see you soon.
Transfer complete.